Calling from an 862 number. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? This is Ed from New Jersey.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Okay. So, what I wanted to know was, okay, so now you progressives and Democrats have a lot of ideas for how things should be. But what I always wanted to know
I don't know about you generally, but I certainly do.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, it's a political philosophy that you guys have. But now let me ask you a question. Do you guys know the true meaning of what money is?
No. Well, no,
okay,
I don't.
So
let me tell you why, Ed. I don't know the true meaning of money because in the world that I live in, I pay for things just with goodwill. When I go to the store, when I have cable bill, or when I run this business, I pay. I pay with pixie dust. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I know what the value of money is.
Well, okay. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that what is your definition of money? Because I have a definition of money. I think when we can understand money, we can understand the true political nature of how a country should run. So just out of curiosity, I'd like your opinion on what you think money is, like defined, like in terms of it's what? Somebody's what?
It's somebody's what? Money is a method in which you pay for things, in which you it's an agreed upon, maybe I'm talking about currency here, but it is a sort of something that represents what is an agreed upon value, and you exchange it for other things of value.
Right, but to me, see, money represents somebody's labor. So I don't think it's right, in my personal opinion, for any political movement to try to decide where somebody's money should go if that person doesn't give it out of goodwill, like you said. That's why I think,
wait a second. Now, let me ask you this. How can money isn't necessarily representative of someone's labor? What if you inherit it?
Well, then you're taking somebody else's money, but that should still be your decision because in the end, you will labor with that money, correct? Just like if somebody was given 5 cows and 2 chickens, right? That person is given the chickens and cows, but it'll eventually deplete if he doesn't labor on those livestock. So money to me is a representation of somebody's labor, and if we go a little further back, it's a representation of, I guess you could say, a commodity. But in the end, I don't think any political movement, I think all these political movements should be shut down, and if people decide if, they want to put money towards waste management or something, they should be allowed to decide that on their own. Why should they need somebody to tell them that their money should go here? Just like if the government told us we should buy iPads or something, like we wouldn't want that. We would want our own decision to decide if an iPad works for our life or not. So, that's my personal opinion about, all political movements. That's why I listen to them and I just laugh when I'm listening, because it's just your idea. It could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. But
Ed, you got to forgive me here, buddy. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I just literally have no idea what you're talking about. What is it? What is your point? What is your point that what is it that you're arguing? Are you trying to make some type of point that you have a problem with a certain policy?
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is that liberty is the only movement that actually makes sense. There is no other movement.
What is liberty?
People should be allowed.
What does that mean? Liberty.
Well, that means freedom of choice, and the only reason why we have a government is to protect us from criminals and from injustice.
Who do you think printed that money?
Decide anything else.
Hey, dude, who do you think printed that money?
What?
The money that you've been talking about, who do you think printed it?
Who do I think printed it?
Yeah, you just said government should just to protect us. Well, they also printed your money. They also give it value.
Well, listen, Correct, but I was born into this world. I didn't create it. But yet, if I was allowed to change it, nobody would print anybody's money. That's why they say gold is the money of kings, because a true king knows that if his currency is manipulated, he's not a king. So therefore, we can all be mini kings if we don't allow a government to print our money. Therefore, we don't have to let a couple men in Washington decide our fate. You understand?
No, I understand what you're saying. Well, but listen.
Of course you do. All intelligent men usually do, because this is exactly what money is. It's labor. And if you're letting people in Washington do this, they are stealing our labor, and they're pocketing
But dude,
it
why
on the
stop
way down.
there? I mean, look, yeah, you didn't choose to get born into this society. You just were. But why stop there? Why not make everything free?
Well, you can't do that. It's impossible. Somebody has to work.
But why
So
not?
therefore,
Why not just
somebody
make
must
people
be-
have the ability to just conjure things up?
No, you can't do that, because then how are you going to give somebody an incentive to work? It's just like...
Well,
it's
here's
just like
my point.
saying,
You can't do what you're talking about either. Everybody can't have their own currency, or it doesn't work.
No, we can have a currency, but the currency should be a currency from the ground's earth, something that can't be manipulated. That's a true currency.
You don't think
And
gold
that's
can be
crazy.
manipulated?
No, it can't be manipulated. Tell
Well,
me how
who
it can be
says?
manipulated.
Listen,
I
let
mean,
me ask you a question. Okay, so you think gold has some intrinsic value that paper money does not?
Well, gold, yes, of
Why?
course, because gold cannot be reproduced by another
Why
man.
not
It can only
gold?
be
Why
found.
can't you have? Let's make it iron.
Well, because I don't know if iron could be manipulated. I don't know that much, but I know that gold
Well, why?
can. And
why
it's the,
well, wait.
as much as you
What's
look
the
at it,
difference
it can't be
between
manipulated.
gold and iron, or let's just say water?
Well, I mean, in
Or
reality,
how
water
about
is worth something.
trees? I mean, do you understand there is no intrinsic value to gold? It's just that at one point people all accepted, yeah, I'll take payment in gold. That's all. That's all paper money is. It's just an agreement
Right.
amongst people that we're going to accept it. That's all.
Well, no, because prices do go up and down for us. Like, prices have been going up for us in oil and in food and in all, commodities, because when money is abundant, basically the commodity will go up in price because there'll be more money chasing after that same commodity. So eventually things do have to recede in price. I mean, everything has to recede in price, but if you keep the money printing game going on, things will get so out of control. Like,
So you're hoping for more deflation. Is that it?
Well, of course, we want to first deflate, meaning get all the bad hands out of the economy, all the bad players, so that you can allow the good players back at a chance.
Who are the good players and the bad
acquire
players?
things.
What if I've taken a loan out? Am I a bad player because I have a 30-year mortgage?
No. You're a bad player if you're trying to basically sell something that has no value. So if you're trying to sell something to a group of people that has no value, and eventually people end up realizing it, and that becomes your scheme, if you go into another scheme, I hope you lose. But if you're a good man producing things that people truly use, like food, water, or just anything, a car, and you're making a living out of it and you're being responsible, you should be allowed to benefit off of other losers who keep messing up in their scheming game. You see, it's just like it's real life. This is not a game, but I call it a game, but it's real life.
Yeah.
So,
So
this is
let me
money.
just can I summarize? We need to go on it. We need to just be trading in gold, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, yeah, like basically we all need to start trading back in gold because eventually when there's more products than there is gold will be worth more, and the opposite way around. When there's less products and more gold, that everything balances itself.
No, I'm going to do iron, buddy.
Out. Well, I mean,
I'm going to do iron.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm going to do iron.
Bird feathers.
I'm going to do iron.
So, I mean,
I'm going to do iron. And in fact, everyone except for you who listens to this show, we're all going to do iron. Sorry,
well,
dude.
gold is going
Good luck
up,
with
so
your gold. We're going to do iron. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
trading your gold now, you'll start making, you'll make paper currency. But I mean, don't do it. But you'll have more paper currency than the person who's been holding U.S. dollars. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, gold's going up for a reason.
Right.
Silver's
Yes.
going up for a reason.
Right. I understand.
It's a mass awakening, just like everything else. That's how all bubbles form. When the more and more people get awakened, or they go to sleep. Either way, the peak happens at that the mass awakening. Gold will be at 10,000,
Right.
20,000. This is it.
Of course.
This is it.
Of course. It's just on the way up, buddy. I love it. All right. Great partying with you.
Thank you.
Right. Unbelievable.
That was actually really depressing.
I mean, it's pretty stunning. The idea that gold has some type of intrinsic value, no, it's just people have decided. It's tulips. It's tulips, folks.